my question to you is like, what areas? I mean, in other words, if we start to say, okay, these are the areas we need to work with the Russians on, and Ukraine is not the be all to end all. What are the areas that come for? Is it Islamic terrorism? Is it drugs? What is it that what are the areas that the Russians would be interested in? In other words, if you said, okay, you're going to do something with this, what would the Russians bite on?
Islamic terrorism, yes, but let us be realistic. Is it such a big issue in the international agenda just now? No, it's not. We see a lot of troubles everywhere connected to this, but it's completely different from what we had, say, 15, 20, 25 years ago. And I think that interaction between security services should be resumed, because that's what both sides need. We know that previously, unfortunately not on the regular basis, but we remember a couple of episodes of pretty useful exchange of information. Americans gave something to Russians, and Russians gave something to Americans, which helped to discover some terror threats. But in general, I don't see it a big possibility, a big chance for this issue to become, so to say, a leitmotif in our cooperation, as some people envisaged 20 years ago. I can imagine that the Middle East might be a much more productive area. Not because interests coincide, certainly not. On many areas and on many issues, it's not the same. We are not on the same page. But those interests are not necessarily contradicting each other. Russia might be pretty flexible when it comes to the whole package of issues connected to Israel, Palestine, Syria, Iran. All this is a conglomerate of different but interrelated topics, each of which is extremely difficult and pretty dangerous. But I don't see a huge confrontation on this. And again, if United States will not be on the other side in Ukrainian situation, it does mean Americans need to be on the Russian side, but at least neutral or distant. Then I think that Middle East is not that high priority for Russia that it would require to be totally without compromise and, so to say, struggle for interest against Americans, whatever happens. So that, I think it's this negotiable, and some things might be doable. And we see that Trump, despite the rhetorics, which was very harsh at the beginning on Iran and many issues, but we see that in fact he is much more flexible, actually, be it on Syria, be it on Iran, even, and so on, and even with the Israeli issue, we see much more of flexibility than people expected. So again, I think that's an interesting area to work to discuss. Arctic, which is so interesting for Trump, based on what we saw about Canada, about Greenland, and so, I think again, actually, there is not such a huge discrepancy between Russia and the United States. We, both countries, are interested to explore Arctic possibilities, resources, to work to use it, not to have Arctic as an area for confrontation. It's not easy because there's no trust there, and we have, unfortunately, a legacy of decades of very severe controversy. But still, I think it's doable. So, in terms of regions, I think those two regions might be on the agenda.